English with Moses.
Take your English to the next level.
Welcome back to your home of real English learning, where you learn English naturally through powerful stories, fascinating topics, and unforgettable journeys. Let me ask you something. What kind of television series can make millions of people around the world stop everything just to watch a single episode? What kind of story becomes so popular that people discuss it at work, at school, on social media, and even years after it ends? A story filled with power, a story filled with betrayal, a story filled with ambition. Today, we're talking about one of the most influential television series ever created, Game of Thrones. Imagine a world where kings fight for power, where loyalty can save your life or destroy it, where nobody is completely safe, and where every decision has consequences. This wasn't the typical fantasy story people expected. It was darker, more realistic, more emotional, and that's exactly why millions of viewers became addicted to it. When Game of Thrones first appeared on television in 2011, many people were unsure about its future. The show was expensive, extremely expensive. Creating giant castles, epic battles, dragons, and entire fictional kingdoms required enormous resources. The producers were taking a huge risk. If the audience didn't like it, the project could fail completely. But something extraordinary happened. Viewers fell in love with the story. The series was based on the books of George R.R. Martin. His fictional world felt alive. Every kingdom had its own culture, its own politics, its own traditions, and that complexity made the story unforgettable. People everywhere were discussing the fate of their favorite characters. Fans waited months, sometimes years, for new seasons. Every episode became an event, not just a television show, an event. One of the reasons for its success was its incredible cast. Actors delivered performances that felt authentic and powerful. Characters like Jon Snow, Tyrion Lannister, Daenerys Targaryen, and Arya Stark became famous across the world. Audiences laughed with them, cried with them, celebrated their victories, and suffered through their losses. The actors behind these characters helped elevate the series to another level. Their performances made the fictional world feel real, and that emotional connection kept viewers coming back year after year. But success didn't come without challenges. Creating Game of Thrones required massive production efforts. Filming in difficult locations, managing huge battle scenes, producing groundbreaking visual effects, and meeting the expectations of millions of passionate fans. The pressure was enormous. Every season needed to be bigger and better than the last. Despite these challenges, the series achieved incredible success. It won numerous awards, broke viewing records, and became one of the most watched television dramas in history. Its influence extended far beyond entertainment. Game of Thrones also had a major cultural impact. It inspired books, discussions, fan communities, podcasts, conventions, and countless online debates. People became fascinated by medieval history, political strategy, leadership, and storytelling. The series showed how powerful stories can bring people together from different countries and cultures. Now let's talk about something important for English learners. The series contains rich vocabulary, powerful dialogues, different speaking styles, and memorable expressions. While some language is formal and historical in tone, many conversations still provide excellent listening practice. You hear persuasion, negotiation, conflict, leadership, friendship, and emotional conversations. All of these help improve listening comprehension. But here is my advice. If you are learning English, don't try to understand every word. Focus on understanding the story, the emotions, the context. Because language becomes easier to remember when it is connected to meaningful experiences. That's why storytelling is one of the most effective ways to learn English naturally. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson from Game of Thrones. Power alone is not enough. Knowledge matters, loyalty matters, patience matters, and every action creates consequences. The characters who succeeded weren't always the strongest, the most resilient, the most adaptable. The same is true for learning English. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know every word. You simply need consistency, patience along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can continue learning real English naturally through inspiring stories, fascinating topics, and powerful life lessons. Thanks for watching.